Welcome to the Everyday Leader Podcast, where conversations inspire action, growth, and impact. Hosted by two passionate leaders, Shannon and Conrad, this podcast is for those who strive to lead with purpose and integrity in their life. Whether you're navigating big decisions, seeking balance, or dreaming of creating change, we're here to help explore the tools, stories, and insights that help everyday leaders thrive. Join us each episode as we dive into the art of leadership at work, at home, and in the world. Because leadership isn't a title, it's a way of being.
Hey, Shannon, welcome back to the East Coast.
Thank you. Thank you. I had a beautiful time out west, being in a lot of leadership space and growth. And you are also coming out of some coach training as a trainer, if I
Yeah,
remember correctly.
yes, that's what I'm landing back from landing back home from then, and yeah, just appreciating springtime in North Carolina and the things that are emerging here. And what's one thing that I know about leadership and about life, especially coming off this training, is topic. I guess kind of the topic or question today is around perspectives. And what I know already is that we're always in a perspective, a viewpoint, a orientation as leaders. And the question I have, or I'm sitting with you with, is how do you know if that perspective is, what is it? How do you know if that perspective is the right one right now for you or your team?
Yeah, like if that is that perspective in service, like is the perspective is your current perspective in service of what you're up to or the
Yeah.
relationship you're in?
Right. That's even better. Question to ponder. And so how do you know if it's in service of relationship or in service of a just cause or meaningful work or an intention you've set as a team or your values? There's a lot of places to look. And as we look, I had a client, reminds me of a client that came and they were talking about their relationship with their sister. And it's like, my sister is the worst, is the worst. I'm like, oh, getting curious. And this perspective work is separating, you're talking about your relationship with your sister. And it sounds like it's the worst or frustrating, knowing that part can shift because it was important for them to be in a relationship with their sister.
Right. Well, there's something interesting too that's coming up. It's like the job of let's say, like from a coach perspective, the job is not to make a perspective. No perspective is necessarily right or wrong. The question is if it's in service of what the person wants in the
Right.
relationship, right? So I like this example of my sister is the worst. I am a sister. I have sisters. I'm pretty sure that we've used this language one way or another, some way.
Maybe some different language too.
Yeah, maybe even some
Yes.
different language. But there's this question. What was your first question to the client? Remind me.
Well, that's good because it was like after I said it sounds like we're talking about the relationship with a sister, it was getting curious in this coaching context about what is a different way to look at it or how do you want to look at the relationship. So it was an invitation type question to
Mm-hmm.
start.
Yeah.
just really opening up that is a choice point to be able to say, oh, I can look at this thing differently. I can look at this relationship differently. I can look at this problem, issue, um, the world, lots of things to look at around circumstances, but not trying to change the circumstances, but focusing in on, oh, what do I have choice in, agency in? It's actually the entry point is how I'm looking at this. That's the first way to look at it, perhaps look at it differently, perhaps look at it the same.
Yeah. So here's a question, because I think that especially during this time, it's it is important for us to make a distinction in this perspective conversation, because it's not necessarily about uh, just deciding, oh, that perspective is not in service and it's holding me back, and so I'm just going to grab onto this other perspective and step into it. That's great. That is a part of perspective shifting, but there's a lot of nuance in the fact that we don't want to step over
Mm,
anything, right? Like, this is not spiritual bypassing. This is not like Pollyanna. This is not
right.
just decide, just choose a different perspective, or like you need to change your attitude, right? Change your attitude. Like, it's not, it's more, a little bit more complex than that and thoughtful than that. So I want to hear I would love for you to share, Conrad, a little bit about what are the things that we need to be also considering in that space in between, in the shift.
Yeah. In the shift, I love that you're bringing this because there are perspectives, beliefs, viewpoints that we use for and have used in our development as humans, as leaders for safety, security, survival, right? So those are important to recognize that not everyone has the same opportunities, the same um, upbringing experiences as everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So this is definitely not Pollyanna. It's like, oh, you need to get your act together and look at this differently. The energy of the come from as a leader is being curious, is like, and helping the person or team that you're working with look at the distinction first before the shift. What's the topic? It can be an issue, it can be a problem, it's something that we're wrestling with, like a neutral topic. What's the current way we're looking at it? Getting really super clear on that and spending the time it needs. Then, before even inviting into a shift or a choice, is exploring different ways that we could look at this, holding everything else constant.
Yeah, so there's a process for this, is what you're sharing, the process for this. And also not just, and it takes a little time, right? It takes a little time. It takes giving it time, giving it space, and this piece too around really exploring some other possible
Yeah.
perspectives. Yeah.
Yes, at the time it needs. I have a long held viewpoint perspective around mornings, and it was or it is great day start early, right? So in that perspective that I'm holding about the morning neutral topic is it means I have to get up early and get going quickly in order to have a great day,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that came from a lot of places. Came from the military. Came from my family of origin, and it served me well for a long time until it didn't, and I was invited to look at it differently. Just because I didn't start the day off with 15 things off my to-do list didn't mean it wasn't going to be a great day. So that's just a personal example as a leader. Is that pulling that apart really helped me distinguish between activities of the morning, the results for the day, and then how I approach that through my belief system, through my perspective.
Yeah. And so what I'm so curious, what is it now? What is your
Uh,
perspective now when it comes to the morning?
Mornings start and I create the day.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Morning
Now,
start and I create the day.
now they said it takes time. Like there's still, even as I'm talking about this, I'm like, oh, there's this is part of the shift, right? It's not just a shift in the words, it's a shift in the energy or how, in this example, how I'm looking at that. So it does take my invitation for all of us as leaders. It takes curiosity, it takes time in order to really understand the roots, the origin of these beliefs, these perspectives, these viewpoints, not making them wrong, underlining that, like you said, and then seeing if the team, the person, yourself wants to look at it differently and choose something differently.
Yeah, I mean, I like this example of the mornings because it can be your perspective on anything, right? Like I have this perspective that going to the post office is a complete time suck. um and it's kind of like a low stakes perspective change, right? I'm not really bypassing any big thing by just saying to myself, okay, well, what if I just decide that today I'm going to go to the post office with the belief that going to the post office uh, is not as hard as I think it is, right? Or going to the
Yeah.
post office allows me to like send this, whatever it is, to connect with something that's important to me.
Mm,
And just to
mm.
try it. So I'm sort of I'm kind of saying the opposite of what we said in the beginning, which is that it takes time and space because you don't want to
Oh,
bypass
right.
anything. And then there
Right.
are some things where it's like, okay, this is like a no, low, very low stakes. Try on this perspective and see what happens in this particular context, right? Whether it's maybe it is getting up in the morning and what you think about the morning. Maybe it's going to the post office. Maybe it's emptying the dishwasher. Maybe it's, calling a particular person. It's really kind of a signal to me
Yeah.
is like the perspective. If there's ever anything that I don't want to do, what is my current perspective, or somebody I don't want to talk to? It's like, oh, what's the perspective I'm holding on this right now? And then is this a
Yeah.
quick shift or does this need a little bit more time and space so that I really feel like whatever perspective I land in, I'm aligned with my values,
Yes.
right?
Beautiful example. So it can be quick or it can take time. So, oh gosh, it's like the dishwasher piece. Once again, low stakes. And one of my mentors at some point said, it's the shift between have to and get to. And what that means is just the energy that we're bringing to it. It's like I get to unload the dishwasher and it's in service of fill in the blank. It's in service of family. It's in service of time. So I love that you're bringing this this in because unloading the dishwasher is low stakes and you can shift it in a millisecond. Whereas others the roots may go a little deeper and there may be some um, survival origins. Those are the ones we want to make sure that we don't bypass or step over.
Yeah, we're taking good care of that ourselves. We're taking good care of ourselves as we invite a different perspective in those types of contexts.
So, Shannon, as we get ready to wrap here soon, what's your perspective on perspectives?
Well, I mean, I think It's, first of all, I think that it leads back to another reason it's so important to be aware as leaders, right?
Mm,
Because you kind of have to be able to identify. Sometimes it's just a matter of identifying, oh, I have got a perspective, or I have a perspective on this. And it's holding me back, or it's actually really helping me move in the way that I want to, or stay in the way that I be with this fill in the blank in a way that feels good. My perspective on perspectives is one, once you're aware of that perspective, then you can actually be a choice in
mm,
where you want to go from there. And it's a wonderful tool. It's a wonderful just thing to have in the back pocket when we're moving through the world. I also think it's really, I also have this perspective that um it makes us more attuned to the fact that other people are carrying around perspectives. Like other
oh,
people might
beautiful.
have
Yeah.
different perspectives on things, right? And being able to be curious about their perspectives as well and where they're coming from.
Yes. Love it. Holding it just as that is that we're always in a perspective. Others are always in a perspective, and there may be alignment, misalignment, agreement there or not. And then as leaders, one of our opportunities is, and we invite everyone to this, including ourselves, is as you move through the weeks ahead, asking, what's the perspective I'm in on this, whatever
Hmm.
this is?
Yeah. And see what happens. And I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm still thinking, Conrad, about what is my perspective on perspectives. And it's also like we can be talking about, sometimes it feels like we're going to be talking about perspectives. It sounds like we can also be using the same to be when we talk about assumptions, right? Or when we talk about
Mm,
beliefs, or when we talk about anything like that. And I think that they are all very similar. It also doesn't really matter how different they are for the sake of this conversation we're having right now.
yes.
The issue with a perspective is that, or the reason we want to be aware of our perspectives is that when we're resonating with one perspective, our actions, whether we're aware of them or not, are the way we feel, whether we are aware of those feelings or not, align around that perspective, circle around, orient around that perspective,
Oh, yes. That's good.
right?
Good to, yep. Good to bring up to the top of the surface. Yes. We collect evidence to support the way we see things because it turns into the way it is.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, no, it's well, we could, it feels like a whole nother exploration
Yeah.
with the way it is. Yeah, no, yeah, it's oh, got so many things bubbling. And for now, it's uh, the awareness is what I want to invite us back to or into is our awareness around how we're looking at things, at people, at the world.
Yeah. Awareness, naming the perspective, and claiming it. Like, this really is my perspective. It's annoying to
Yeah.
go to the post office. Okay, now what?
Yes. Now what?
Now what?
Uh, well, may you be well as you continue to integrate Shannon back into the East Coast energy, and we'll see. Yeah, thanks for the combo on this. It really, it's just really delightful to be in conversation around these topics.
Yeah, I agree. I do actually have to go to the post office today. So
Oh well, you got to get going.
I got to get going. All right. Talk to you next
All
time.
right, all
Bye.
right. Be well. Bye.